What's up, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and look where we're at today. Yes, sir, we're back for some redemption. If you watched my video a couple of weeks ago, you'll know that I did my first ever mountain bike race, and those boys absolutely destroyed me. I lasted about 10-15 minutes and I got completely dropped. Now, I did sign up for the run class. I went out with the experts. I'm not trying to do that today. I'm going to sign up for the right class and see how it goes. We're at a different park. I've been here once before, like a year or so ago, and let's hope that it is the same way that I've ridden it before and not the opposite, because then it'll pretty much be like a new park. Although I probably don't remember anything anyway, so it's gonna be like a new park. But we're out for redemption. Hopefully we could do a little bit better on the right class, and then we'll see how it goes. Look at this dude, looking all pro and shit. Slants down. Putting his GoPro there. You wanna get redemption today or what?
Oh yeah.
Might last more than 15 minutes.
I'm gonna see if I can make it with him.
Last time those boys dropped me in like 15 minutes. But we got on the right class today, so hopefully we'll hang on for a little bit more than that. Maybe do a little bit better. But I'm gonna go change, have a banana or something before the start, and go shred. All right, boys, this is it. Just got the bottle ready. I'm gonna have a caffeine gel before the race, and it's go time. I'll catch you guys in the race. All right, guys, so here we go, my second XC mountain bike race, and there's a lot I want to talk about during this breakdown right here. Not just things happening in the video and the race, but things that I noticed after the race, and things that just sort of looking back at it that I could have done differently. And look at this start, guys, crazy. Look right here on the right, two riders already came together, and honestly this did not I mean, it did slow me down, but not because of the crash, just because I sort of got distracted and just started looking at it, hit my brakes, whatever. But look at the line, guys. Everybody's just going full gas, same thing as the first start. This is just what mountain biking is all about. Everybody just goes ham off the start. I get by a couple riders, so you know, it wasn't too bad, and then I end up getting past this rider before we get into the single track. Now, something I noticed, and the first thing that I did wrong looking back at this footage, it was the fact that I'm treating this, because the races I've done before is more like road races, like crits and road races, stuff like that. I've been treating it like that. So I've been going out and warming up about 15-20 minutes before the race start, and I sort of finish my warm-up and go straight to the line. Now, by the time I get to the line, everybody's already there in this type of races, because it's so important to be ahead. Now I get past this rider here, and then I also try to get by this rider, and I was sort of struggling a little bit. He wasn't letting me get him by, so I had to make like he made a mistake, and I sort of just came through, which you'll see here in a second. But the starts on this, being up front in these races are so important, guys, and that's something that I definitely have to be more aware of, and I will for the next race. I'll definitely get my warm-up done a little bit earlier, and then I'll get to the line so I can start from the front rather than them starting from the back. and then had to pass a lot of riders. Like here, we already lost the first group, and you can see this guy right here. He's just not letting me pass. I'm like, right. He won't let me go by. And then I think he ends up making a little mistake here in a second. And you can see he's not even on the actual trail. He goes left, so I can't get by him. He actually ends up making a little mistake there, and I come by. Now, after this, I was leading the pack. So right now, I probably have like 7-8 riders behind me, and I was leading the pack for a little bit. And what I realized from that is how hard it is. So when you have somebody in front of you, and guys, like I said, I don't remember anything about this park. I ridden it once, and that was like exactly a year, almost a year ago. I think it was like January of this year. So it's almost a year now, and I honestly don't remember anything. So it was very hard at first. When I had somebody in front of me, I can sort of see where he was going, and it made it so much easier for me to just follow somebody. Now you can see the guys right here, they're already turning around the front group that we lost like pretty much right away. So it is a lot easier when you don't know the park and you're following somebody. Then now I'm by myself, I have no idea what's coming up, and on these flat areas it's pretty easy. But once you'll see in a little bit, once we get into the actual areas where there's the bushes are pretty tall, like right here, I have no idea what's coming up after this little climb. And then you can see the bushy areas, you don't really know what's coming after the corner. You definitely don't want to overcook it and land on the other single trail where the people are coming in the opposite direction. So I did end up leading. I was feeling pretty good, I had a couple guys behind me who were sort of like really close, and I could tell that I was kind of holding back the pace just because I didn't know the actual trail. So here in a little bit, you'll see, so this is a pretty nice climb here in the front. So here I think we're about halfway into the first lap, and yeah, so like I said, there's like 7-8 riders behind me. We already lost the front group, and I'm sort of doing the best I can just with what I can see coming ahead. And then right here, this rider completely confuses me. He didn't do anything wrong, right? He just went outside because he knew we were coming, but it kind of confused me. I didn't know he was actually letting us by. I thought that was just the way to go, and it actually confused me, so I ended up losing a couple spots here. Now this guy comes flying past the middle, and then you can see everybody sort of like kind of desperate because I was probably holding them back a little bit, and I definitely don't blame them. This guy here sends it on the inside. He unclips. He's pretty pissed he couldn't get by me. I mean, at the same time, I'm not gonna just unclip and put my foot down and wait for him to pass me. I'm gonna keep pushing on. So these two riders that just passed me, as you'll get to see here, is who I pretty much stayed the whole race with. Now this was definitely better than my first race. If you watched it a few weeks ago, I sort of did the entire race on my own. Now here there was a lot of space, so I let these guys come by just because I didn't want to be like holding them back. This guy also comes around. Now here I still believe I have like 1 or 2 more riders behind me, but they didn't make it through, so I decided to just push back on again. Now this rider in front of me makes a mistake here. This is a really sandy corner, and I almost had to unclip, and then here I couldn't get back up to speed because it was just so sandy, and a gap just ends up opening, which was pretty bad. Now lucky for me, it was on a sort of this open trail, so I could just see them the whole time in front of me. So I just put a lot of power down, and I ended up catching back up to them. And so you can, then right here there's another crash. It's a little, I think it's a junior. I don't know if it's a junior or not, but it was a younger kid. He was on the ground, another guy on top of him. By the time I got to him, they were already up and moving again, so we lost a little more time there to the front group. But like I said, I was never able to catch up to the front riders. Now here we're about 3/4 of the lap, and I'm feeling really good. Legs are feeling amazing. I mean, legs I never had an issue with, which you'll get to see here in a little bit. And these flat areas, guys, I just had so much power. Like it was just no problem. You can see I got to this guy, I got through this other guy who I just let by earlier because I can see little jump here. Nice. I can see the other guys just sort of riding away. So I didn't want that to, we didn't want to let that happen. So I sort of just got on the power here a little bit. And right here, guys, I'm pushing everything I had. Not like power wise, but just, I was probably going like 21, 22. But on this bike, I have, I think it's a 1050 cassette. And the front chainring is only a 30, so I never ended up catching those riders, as you can see there, and I end up making a mistake here, and I didn't manage to drop the other 2 riders either, and then they get by me here again because I made a little mistake there on the little kicker. Now, as I was saying, my front chainring is a 30, and I believe the cassette is either a 1050 or a 1150. So I was just sort of giving it everything I had. I was on the last gear. I could not close the gap to the riders in front of me, and yeah, that's something that I noticed. I looked at all the other, not all, but some of the other guys' bikes, and they're all just running like a 32 or 34 chainring in the front. So that's something that I'm going to be upgrading to. Now, like I said, I'm not on an XC bike. This is a sort of a trail bike, aluminum trail bike. And that's the other thing I noticed. I was probably the only one in this race with an aluminum bike. Everybody else is running like super nice XC style, or not style, like XC bikes. You can see right here, I almost ate it. So there's a U-turn there. That's a finish line. There's a U-turn, and now we're starting the second lap. Now, I almost ate it there. It was really it was like loose rocks, and I almost lost the front there and a little bit of a gap open. But you'll see, guys, what I was mentioning before. Look at the power I can just put on the flats, and that's just sort of my roadie background. I can put a lot of power on the flats I get by this guy. And now right here, I smacked this branch so hard with my head right there. You can't really tell on the video, but I think it put a little bit of a dent on my helmet too. So I get by these two guys, and they actually never managed to catch back up to me. I ended up pushing. This is the second lap. I had a little bit of a better idea of what was coming up now. Not really perfectly, but a little bit better. I do end up catching this other rider here, and I don't know his name, but I do know the team that he races for, and I've seen him before. He's actually a road racer. He races in the P12. Super strong guy. He lets me by here, and I told him thank you. And I think he recognized the team kit that I was wearing. And as you can hear him there, he's talking to me. He's like, "Oh, you guys are all going to pay for this once the road races start this season. You're all going to pay for what you're doing to me on the woods." So that was funny. But I actually end up managing to drop him, and I ended up catching this rider here as well. Now, I do feel a little bit bad with this rider. I sort of got a little bit irritated because I try to get by him here, and I'm like, I'm going on the right, I'm going on the right, I'm going on the right. And I don't know if he just didn't speak English or he didn't understand what I was saying, but he actually ends up moving right where I was trying to pass him, and I got a little irritated because I still had the other guy chasing me down. One of the ones that I passed on the once we went by the start finish line, there was a guy wearing the green shirt, and then the other guy, that guy was still chasing me down, so I didn't want him to catch me. So I do feel a little bit bad with this rider. And guys, I don't know if I haven't really read much into this, but I don't know if you are obligated to let somebody by if you're slower and they're faster than you, even if they're in your same category. I'm not sure if you're supposed to let them by or if you can just hold your line and just make them work for it. I'm not sure, but if you saw that guy on the left there, now here we're going into the to the straight, going into the finish line. If you saw that guy, you can't even see him right now, but he had a pretty, like, I would say like between 5 and 10 seconds on me. And you'll see here, I put the power down. This is the second lap, and each lap was 7 miles. And I put the power down. I know right now I'm not even close to the podium, but you know, if I could get another rider, that would be amazing. So I put the power down, and I ended up closing a huge gap to that guy. And at this point, guys, I'm feeling so good. Like, I'm not even tired. I don't feel like I have worked that hard. I feel like I could go for 2 more laps, which is what the pros race. I think the pros do 4 laps. I was only doing 2 laps. So you can see the guy right there. And right here, I'm trying to shift gears, but I literally got nothing else, guys. You can see that gap he got, and he takes a look back right there. He sees me, and he just gets back on the power. But yeah, guys, at this point, I'm not even tired, and I actually don't manage to get by him because I didn't want to do anything stupid, to be honest. I knew I wasn't even close to the podium, so there was no reason for me to do anything stupid. But right here at the end, I was just feeling so good. I knew if I had another lap or 2, I would have definitely got more riders. But and I ended up finishing 9th out of 24, and I think I had like the 5th or 6th fastest lap on the second lap, so I was very, very happy with that. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And you mountain bikers out there, if you got any tips for me, please put them down, comment down below. Things that you saw that I did right, things that you saw that I did wrong. And there's a couple things I want to do for the next race. I want to upgrade my tires. So let me know what kind of tires and what kind of pressures you guys are running for these XC races. I'm curious on that. Like I said, I'm pretty new at this, but I've been enjoying it so much. So guys, Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Actually, before I go, this weekend, in about two days after this video is going to be posted, I'm going to be racing Florida State Gravel Championships. So there's going to be a video from that probably next Friday. So if you want to catch that, like I said, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.